My name is Jovan O'Connor, and I'm a fashion designer. I already knew from a young age that I wanted to be a fashion designer, but I didn't necessarily study that like in my high school years. I went to like engineering and science, and then Bartram, and then I went to Philadelphia University, which is now known as Jefferson University, and majored in fashion design. I also got a chance to study abroad in Italy, and I know that's so funny because people have like that cliche thing, like, oh, I studied abroad, but like that was really major in like the formation of my career as a designer. Being a Black designer is interesting because my designs also come from my point of view. Just growing up in a Black household full of, Black women, in a community full of Black people, like, one thing about Black people is that throughout time, even if we didn't have much, even if you watch an old movie, people always had at least one special dress, one pair of shoes, and that's the thing that they might have worn to church or any other type of special occasion. That was just as a part of our culture to take pride in how you look, how you present yourself. Even if you're hungry, even if you didn't have breakfast, you're gonna make sure that you pull yourself together if you need to go somewhere or be in front of people. Black fashion, in my opinion, drives mainstream fashion hands down. For instance, somebody will see this turban that I have on my head and may be like, what is that? Why are you wearing that? But then you'll see the same thing on a Marc Jacobs runway, or any other designer that's mainstream, and once they do it, it's like, oh wow, yeah, I love that. But it's like, we've been doing this. And I feel like, as a Black designer, I have sometimes experienced that. But it's interesting that in Italy that wasn't the case. They really appreciate having flair in fashion, and I appreciated that. The impact that I want to leave on the community, the people around me, the people who follow fashion, is 3 words, which is sexy, classy, and chic. I want to have timeless pieces that are, timeless, classic pieces, like not trendy where it's like, oh, I can't do anything with that, that's out of style. Like, I'm looking back at the days of the old movies, and sometimes I see some pieces and they are amazing, they're mesmerizing, and I want to be that person. This is a jumpsuit. It's like a white cotton jumpsuit. We got some flare pants, but in the front of it, we got like this open bib that you can see some skin through it, but at the same time, you're covered at the same token. So that's kind of like me, where I have a little bit of peekaboo appeal. The back is all out, so that's where it gets definitely sexy. But the cut of it is also chic. So this is another special piece out of Jovan O'Connor's studio that was actually the first time I had any piece that was on New York Fashion Week. It was worn by one of the housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia Bailey, and it was actually also published in Vogue Italia. Some of the struggles that I feel like I come across as a designer are the demands to be like everything. Like I do like the fact that I've been able to turn what I love into a business, but sometimes I just want to be a designer. So there is sometimes that conflict between making sure you can sell yourself, but also just be yourself. I like my stuff to really come from true inspiration, not just obligation to to put something out. So that's how sometimes there'll be a break in between. And even though in the fashion business, you're supposed to keep going and things like that, I kind of like to be able to go in and out of the artisan thing. If this season I'm not feeling like that, I'm not doing it like that, because the integrity of my designs are more important than just creating like a product. So for a person that thinks business-wise, that doesn't sound good at all, but I also have to make sure that I keep my integrity as a designer because it comes from my heart So, you know, there's a balance that's kind of weird. This collection is called the Wanderlust Bride. So, and the reason why I named it that is because there are many brides right now who have been stuck in the house, not able to have the wedding of their dreams due to unforeseen delays with the pandemic. So it's just like dedicated to the bride who can't wait to you know, step out into her dress. So they do unboxings a lot, right? So let's unbox some fabric. For this collection, I wanted to use basically a lot of silk and lace. Because I want for my gown, once again, to be a timeless piece, full of quality. So what way to show that but using silk. So yeah, let me marvel over it for a while. Yes, I do like it. Okay, so this is silk crepe. It's like a heavy crepe with a nice little sheen. This is perfect for like one of those dresses that kind of like elegantly glide over the form of the body and then like flowy at the bottom. So a lot of times with fabrics, when I'm designing, I let the fabric kind of tell me what it wants to be. Like I would never, this is already just given like I said, like nice body skimming but flowy at the bottom. I can see like a whole bunch of buttons with this. Now that was an unboxing, okay? Fabric. One thing that my mother always tried to instill in me was that no matter what it was, I could always do what I put my mind to. And it's very interesting that I chose a career in fashion design because every single day I'm literally doing just that. Like I'm thinking of something, I'm even dreaming of things, waking up, coming downstairs, putting them on paper, cutting them out, sewing them, and before you know it, it's like a full garment. And then before you know it, it's a full collection. So that's really all fashion is. And I would like to encourage anyone who would like to start a career in fashion, or even, not even career, just even a hobby, even if you just want to make a blanket. Like it's really, that's all fashion really is. It's just thinking about it and then turning it from concept to reality. And I feel like that anyone can do that.